Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the confusing world of corporate finances and tell you what it actually means. Today we're looking at News Corporation, and let's just say they're doing a little bit of house cleaning. So what is this report all about? Well, it is an 8K filing from News Corporation. Think of an 8K as a company's way of telling the public about major events that shareholders really need to know about and fast. This particular report is all about their stock repurchase programs. News Corporation has been buying back its own stock. They have these programs set up where they can spend up to $1 billion in total to buy back shares of both their Class A and Class B common stock. Now, why would a company do this often? It is a signal that management believes the company's stock is undervalued, or that they have excess cash they want to return to shareholders in a way that can boost the stock price. It essentially reduces the number of shares out there, which can increase earnings per share, making the company look more profitable on a per share basis. The main point of this filing is to show that News Corporation is keeping its other regulator, the Australian Securities Exchange or the ASX, in the loop. Because they're a global company, they have to follow the rules of the exchanges where they're listed. The ASX requires them to report any stock buybacks on a daily basis, so this filing is basically them saying, hey, we're fulfilling our reporting obligations. They also mention that they disclose this information in their regular quarterly and annual reports, which is standard practice. Now, they're very careful with their wording here, and this is typical for SEC filings. They include what are called forward-looking statements. These are essentially educated guesses about the future. They say they intend to repurchase stock, but they also put in a bunch of disclaimers. They say that actual results could be very different. This is because the stock market is unpredictable. Things like the market price of their stock, general economic conditions, and even laws can change. They're basically saying, we plan to buy back stock, but don't hold us to it if things don't go as planned. They also make it clear they don't have to update these forward-looking statements if things change later, unless a law requires it. This is to protect the company from lawsuits if their plans don't pan out. The actual details of when and how much stock they bought are in the exhibits labeled 99.1 and 99.2. These are the documents they sent to the ASX. Unfortunately, within this particular filing, we don't see the specific dollar amounts or share counts that were repurchased on those ASX filings. What we do get is the acknowledgement that these buybacks are happening. The filing is signed off by Michael L. Bunda, who holds a pretty important title: Senior Vice President, Deputy General Counsel, and Corporate Secretary. This tells us that a high-level legal officer is overseeing and signing off on this information, ensuring it meets all the regulatory requirements. So, let's break down what this really means. News Corporation is actively managing its capital structure. They have $1 billion authorization for buybacks, and they are executing within that program, at least enough to trigger daily reporting requirements in Australia. This suggests a healthy cash flow or a strategic decision to return capital to shareholders. In the world of investing, share buybacks are often viewed positively, as they can signal confidence from management and potentially increase shareholder value. However, it is always important to look at why they're doing it. Are they buying back shares because they don't have better investment opportunities for that capital, or because they truly believe their stock is a great deal? The disclaimer language, while standard, is also a reminder that these are not guarantees. The market can be a wild place and plans can always change. For investors, this filing confirms an ongoing capital allocation strategy. It is not a massive financial revelation like a quarterly earnings report, but it is a piece of the puzzle showing how News Corporation is operating and returning value to its shareholders. Looking ahead, the key will be to see how aggressively they continue these buybacks over time. If they exhaust the $1 billion authorization quickly, it might indicate strong belief in their stock's value or a lack of alternative growth projects. If it drags on, it could mean more measured execution or other capital needs that take priority. Alright, that is our quick decode of News Corporation's latest 8K. What is your take on these stock buybacks and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps. And subscribe for more deep dives into corporate filings. Don't forget to check out our Discord community linked in the description for more discussions and insights. Thanks for watching. See you next time.